In today's landscape of superhero narratives, stories often fall into either origin tales or sequels. Marvel's Daredevil, debuting on Netflix, is no exception, as it chronicles the journey of Matt Murdock from a blind orphan to Hell's Kitchen's protector, while also laying the foundation for a broader franchise inspired by Marvel Comics. However, Daredevil offers more than just the expected storyline, as it surprises viewers with unexpected deaths and character developments throughout the first season. The show demonstrates a firm commitment to crafting a distinct world separate from the traditional Marvel universe, one characterized by crime, corruption, and individuals striving to enact positive change. While not all of them possess superpowers, their contributions remain invaluable to the narrative. Here's the recap of Season 1. At the age of 9, Matt Murdock attempted to rescue a man from an accident involving a truck carrying hazardous waste. Unfortunately, during the rescue attempt, a barrel exploded, causing him to lose his sight while simultaneously heightening his other senses to superhuman levels. His father, Jack Murdock, a boxer, became entangled with the Irish Mafia in a fixed fight, promising to lose to Carl Creel but winning instead, resulting in retaliation from the Mafia. Left orphaned and struggling with his heightened senses, Matt was sent to St. Agnes Orphanage, where he encountered Stick, who taught him to control and utilize his senses, and trained him in martial arts to combat the hand. Despite Stick's influence, Matt eventually led a relatively normal life, attending college and forming a friendship with Foggy Nelson, with whom he founded the Nelson and Murdock law firm. In contrast, Wilson Fisk experienced a traumatic and tumultuous childhood marked by his mother's kindness and his father's brutality. His father, Bill Fisk, subjected him and his mother, Marlene Vistain, to frequent violence and abuse, instilling in Wilson a sense of terror and aggression. Bill's relentless teaching of cruelty and power led Wilson to brutally kill him with a hammer during one of his assaults on Marlene. Despite Marlene's efforts to cover up the crime, the guilt of the incident continues to haunt her. Wilson's upbringing, characterized by his father's lessons in dominance and control, ultimately shaped him into the powerful and ruthless figure known as the Kingpin. In the aftermath of the Battle of New York, Hell's Kitchen struggles to recover, with crime reaching unprecedented levels due to the emergence of a crime syndicate operating under the guise of Union Allied Construction, a successful construction company. This syndicate employs various illicit means, such as drug trafficking, arms dealing, and gang activities to destabilize the local community and drive down property values, facilitating their plans to seize control and transform the area into a hub for criminal enterprises. Amidst this turmoil, newly minted lawyers Matt Murdock and Foggy Nelson established their law firm, Nelson and Murdock, in Hell's Kitchen, aiming to provide legal aid to the marginalized populace. Despite facing challenges in establishing their practice, Murdock and Nelson receive assistance from the New York City Police Department in procuring cases to kickstart their business. Their first client, Karen Page, is framed by Union Allied for the murder of her friend and coworker as part of their efforts to conceal their criminal activities. When Union Allied targets Page for seeking legal aid, Murdock, disguised in a black suit, employs his martial arts prowess and heightened senses to protect her from harm. Through legal maneuvering, Murdock and Nelson successfully exonerate Page of all charges, earning her gratitude and prompting her to join their firm as a secretary, forging a strong friendship among the trio. Meanwhile, Murdock continues his nocturnal vigilante activities, using his enhanced senses to assist the innocent and combat the Russian Mafia. However, he falls victim to an ambush by the Mafia, sustaining severe injuries that nearly cost him his life. Rescued and nursed back to health by Claire Temple, Murdock's unmasked identity and blindness perplex Temple, who marvels at his remarkable sensory perception. With Temple's aid, Murdock recuperates and embarks on a mission to rescue a kidnapped boy, further enraging both the Russian Mafia and Union Allied, who view him as a formidable adversary. Amidst Matt Murdock's ongoing conflict with the crime syndicate, Wilson Fisk, the de facto leader, becomes enamored with art curator Vanessa Mariana. Desiring her affection, Fisk endeavors to win her over. Meanwhile, the Ranskahov brothers, Vladimir and Anatoly, leaders of the Russian mob, face diminished influence due to Murdock's interference. Anatoly's misguided attempt to reconcile with Fisk results in a disastrous encounter that leads to his death at Fisk's hands, with Murdock's mask used to frame Daredevil for the crime. Vladimir, seeking revenge, vows to avenge his brother's death and severs ties with Fisk. Amidst growing tensions, Ranskahov suspects collaboration between Fisk and Murdock and prepares to betray him. However, Fisk orchestrates a bombing at Ranskahov's base to eliminate him, although Murdock survives the explosion. Unraveling Fisk's involvement, Murdock confronts him at the warehouse where the Russian mafia is located, with Ranskahov aiding him to gather information, despite the risk to his own life. Realizing Fisk's treachery, Ranskahov assists Murdock in evading capture by corrupt police officers, ultimately sacrificing himself in the process. In parallel, Murdock continues his investigation into Fisk's associates, targeting Leland Owlsley, but is thwarted by the intervention of Stick, a mentor figure from Murdock's past. Stick recruits Murdock to prevent Fisk's ally, Nobu Yoshioka, from transferring a dangerous asset known as Black Sky. Their collaboration is strained when Stick's willingness to kill conflicts with Murdock's moral code. Despite their clash, Murdock inherits Stick's weaponry to aid in his vigilante activities. Meanwhile, Foggy Nelson, Karen Page, and Ben Urich clandestinely work to build a case against Fisk, linking Page's troubles to his machinations. However, Fisk's public declaration as a philanthropist undermines their efforts, stripping them of leverage and leaving Urich unable to proceed. Murdock, now aware of their plan, lends his support both as a lawyer and a vigilante. But Fisk's bold move shifts the balance of power in his favor, thwarting their endeavors for the time being. In a subsequent encounter, Murdock faced Yoshioka, resulting in a brutal confrontation that left Murdock severely injured. Despite his wounds, Murdock managed to return home, where Nelson inadvertently unmasked him, revealing Murdock's identity as the masked vigilante. Feeling betrayed, Nelson struggled with the revelation, straining their friendship and causing tension with Page. However, Nelson eventually forgave Murdock, accepting his dual persona. Recognizing the need for protection, Murdock sought out Melvin Potter, who agreed to craft a suit of body armor for him. Meanwhile, Page and Urich delved into Fisk's past, discovering crucial information from Fisk's mother. Threatened by Fisk's associate Wesley, Page took drastic action, resulting in Wesley's demise. With the Russian and Japanese factions eliminated, Murdock turned his attention to the Chinese triad led by Madame Gao. Despite being unable to physically stop Gao, Murdock disrupted her drug operations. Urich's determination to expose Fisk led to his tragic death at Fisk's hands. Despite Fisk's escape, Murdock and the police amassed enough evidence to arrest him. Donning his Daredevil costume, Murdock confronted Fisk in a climactic battle, emerging victorious and ensuring Fisk's incarceration. With Fisk behind bars and Mariana fleeing the city, Murdock, Nelson, and Page celebrated their victory, with Murdock continuing his vigilantism as Daredevil. Primarily, Daredevil unfolds with a straightforward narrative, which generally works well. The last episode efficiently achieves its goals with commendable precision. The final confrontation between Fisk and Daredevil lacks surprises, but is appropriately set in a gritty alley, staying true to the series' street-level essence. The concluding episodes offer a compelling character development arc, particularly focusing on Foggy and Matt's dynamic, which pays off effectively. Karen remains enigmatic, which seems deliberate to some extent. While superhero fatigue may be common, Daredevil opts for a gradual reveal of its origin story, slowly immersing viewers into the Marvel Universe. It effectively connects with previous Marvel films, presenting the aftermath of events like Hulk's rampage through New York City, showcasing the real-world consequences of superhero battles. Despite its established universe, Daredevil builds its own identity, ensuring accessibility for both seasoned Marvel fans and newcomers alike. The ensemble cast delivers standout performances, with Vincent D'Onofrio's portrayal of Wilson Fisk and Vondie Curtis Hall's role as Ben Ulrich standing out. Rosario Dawson's presence adds depth and balance amidst the chaos. Overall, Daredevil Season 1 stands as a remarkable success for both Marvel and Netflix, carving out its own gritty corner in the MCU, and paving the way for other stories like Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. Notably, the show adeptly tells its story within the Marvel Universe without striving to overtly integrate, making its independence a key strength moving forward. As thanks for watching the whole video, here's a picture of a cute puppy. And if you have a movie or TV show that you want us to cover, just comment it down below. We'll make a video of it in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our playlist for more recaps.